Hi, my name is Miss Bernice, and I tell stories. Um, this is not something that I had planned to do. I mean, I wasn't really even on social media like that. Um, but a couple of years ago, I was working at a school, and there were some students, some high school students, that were struggling with reading, and I was able to help to initiate program at the school I was working at to help some of those students who were struggling with reading. And two of them were ninth graders. One of them was reading at about a third grade level, and the other one couldn't read at all and had to learn everything from like sight words and word families, you name it. Um, and so one of the things that I was doing as a part of it was also teaching handwriting, cursive handwriting and manuscript handwriting. And I was getting frustrated because, we were practicing together, and then they were supposed to practice for about 5 minutes a day on what we did in the classroom and bring it back the next day. And they weren't doing it. And I was like, what is going on? And both of them, they were enthusiastic about learning how to read, which was really cool for me. They said, well, Miss Bernice, I couldn't remember how you wrote it. I didn't remember what your hands were doing. So I was like, okay, well, how do I remedy this? So I started doing videos on YouTube. I said, I'm going to make you some YouTube videos because I know you know how to get on YouTube, right? And they're like, you're going to make a YouTube video, Miss Bernice? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to make some handwriting videos. It's going to be just my hand, and you can just watch me write so you can practice, right? I figured be proactive, because they did want to write. They did want to learn how to read, but they didn't have the support that they needed at home. So I had no idea what I was getting myself into. At the beginning, I was thinking, okay, it's 26 letters, capital and lowercase. Okay, easy, right? No, not easy, because it was so much more to it, and I didn't know much about content creation. So I had to learn how to use YouTube as a content creator, not as somebody watching YouTube. I had to learn how to record the video, and I was trying to figure out, how do you hold this thing to record? How can they see my hand? Because I wanted them to see the actual writing and the process of doing it. So then I had to learn how to edit, and it was a lot. It took me a long time, and it was really hard. I got help from a lot of my friends. I asked a lot of questions. I watched YouTube videos, and it took months because I did capital and lowercase. I did manuscript and cursive, and I was just like, oh my gosh, here it is. Then I had to figure out how to upload them onto YouTube, and that took a little bit more time, but it was totally worth it. And I added the Storytime component later because knowing that writing is a great aspect of learning and processing words, reading stories for 10 minutes a day also has many benefits. It helps with memory, it helps with de-stressing, it helps with vocabulary building, and a slew of other things. And I knew the importance of them needing reading, and because they weren't necessarily reading on their own or had help, I said, okay, you know what, Miss Bernice, you like stories, you can read some stories. And I started doing story time. So for those of you all watching this, I do story time to help engage, inspire, and empower people through reading. And I hope that these story times help you, if you're a struggling reader, to start to engage with stories. Hopefully you'll hear a story that will make you say, you know what, I like that story. I think I'll listen to another one. And you'll learn some new words as I learn new words. And for those of you all who may not be struggling with reading, but haven't enjoyed a story in a long time, hopefully these stories will give you some good memories Maybe you'll hear a story that you haven't heard in a long time. Maybe you'll hear a story that you've never heard that will help to bring the joy of literacy back into your life. So that's what I do. I tell stories. I help people learn how to read, and I hope that it helps to enrich your life like it's been enriching mine.